Hello friends, no? So today we will be discussing applications of higher order differential equations, no? So particularly involving RLC circuits. No? So okay, let us start. So when we say RLC circuit, no, obviously we have three components that are involved. No? So ano yung three components na involved dito sa ating RLC circuit? No? So we have here our R, that is our resistor, the L, that is our inductor, and we have our C, that is our capacitor. No? So we'll just be discussing the ones that are connected in series. No? So medyo nakakalito kasi si parallel, so we will be having it on another lesson, on another topic. No? So let's focus first on RLC series circuits. No, so ano ang itsura ng isang RLC series circuit? No, so ganito ang kanyang itsura. So we have, say, this is our voltage, no? This is our voltage. Then we have, sorry. And this is our resistor. Then we have, this is our inductor and our capacitor. No, so yan yung itsura ng isang series RLC circuit, no? So wala tayong mga nakaparallel na components. So again, this is our E, this is our R, this is our L, and this is our C. E is our voltage source, no? So how are we going to relate this one? So we are going to solve this using the Kirchhoff's voltage law, by Kirchhoff's voltage law. We all know na ang lahat ng voltage drop, okay? Lahat ng voltage drop, ang sum ng lahat ng voltage drop is equivalent saan? Is equivalent sa source voltage natin. So, we have here E is equivalent to the summation ng lahat ng voltage drop. Na lahat ng voltage drop per component. So ano ba muna yung mga voltage drops per component natin dito? So first we have for resistor, diba? So using Ohm's law, diba, we all know that V is equal to IR. Diba? So that is the current multiplied to the resistance para makuha natin yung voltage drop. Okay, so for the capacitor, so di ba alam natin, we have here Q is equal to CV, or rather V is equal to Q over C, sorry. No? So this is the formula for the capacitor, voltage across the capacitor, that is the charge. No? So this is the charge over the capacitance. Then for the inductor, so this is V is equivalent to the inductance multiplied to the derivative of the current in respect to time. So yan yung mga voltage drops natin. So by equating all of these voltage drops, no, to E, so yung summation yan, so we have L di over dt plus IR or RI plus Q over C is equivalent to E. No, so this is our working formula. But we still need to arrange this one. No, bakit? Hindi pa to yung direct DE na gagamitin natin. Okay, so ilagay natin dito, no? So we have here again L di over dt plus RI, no, using natin, plus 1 over C times Q is equivalent to E. This is our working formula. We all know, no, that I is equivalent to dQ over dt. Diba? That's the derivative of the charge in respect to time. So if we are asked to find, okay, if we are asked to find for the for the charge at any given time, no, involving RLC series circuits. So we're just going to substitute I with dq over dt. So we have here L d over dt ng dq over dt. Okay, so this is our I. Nalagay natin dito. Ayan. Okay, then we have plus R dq over dt plus 1 over C Q is equal to E. Okay, so yan yung ating substituted formula. So simplifying, this is the second derivative, 'di ba? So tapos by the way, divide natin all terms by L. Just so wala tayong numerical coefficient kay d squared q over dt squared. So we have here d squared q over dt squared plus r over l dq over dt plus 1 over LC q is equal to E over L. No? So, we can replace yung mga derivatives natin using the primes para mas madali natin makita. So, we have here Q double prime plus R over L Q prime. That's the first derivative. Plus 1 over LC Q is equivalent to E over L. This is now the differential equation, no, for our RLC circuit when we are asked to find for the charge. No, charge pa lang to. Kasi minsan tinatanong din ano ang current at the circuit, 'di ba? So ano yung current at the circuit? So how are we going to do that? Let's get the derivative of our yung nauna nating nakuhang voltage. So, ano nakuha nating equation. No, so we have here L, rewrite ko lang ha, di over dt plus Ri plus 1 over C Q is equivalent to E. Diba? So, let's get the second derivative, no? So, dt. Okay, so we have here L d squared I over dt squared, second derivative of I in respect to t, plus, so we have rdi over dt. We have RDI over dt. Then we have 1 over C dQ over dt. Diba? Yan yon. Then we have is equal to d over dt ng E. Okay, yung E prime natin. No, so, let's divide all terms by L para mawala ulit yung numerical coefficient natin for d squared, for I double prime. So, ayan. Tsaka ito. So, therefore, we have here, we have d squared I over dt squared. So, this will be cancelled by the way. Ayan. Plus, so we have R over L di over dt plus 1 over LC. What is dq over dt? Ito, di ba meron tayong formula for dq over dt which is I. So, we can substitute simply. I is equivalent to E prime, di ba? That is the derivative of the voltage in respect to time over L. So, this is the differential equation when we are asked to find for what? For the charge of the given RLC circuit. So, yan dalawang formula na yan yung gagamitin natin to solve RLC circuits, no, in series connection. So, okay, let's try to have our first example here. Sabi to, your circuit has a source of 150 volts. No? So, drawing natin. Ayusin ko. Wait lang. So, this is 150 volts, sabi, no? Ayan. So, R is 10 ohms. So, connect natin sa isang 10 ohms na resistor. Ayan. So, we have our inductor. And we have our capacitor. Ayan. So, pagpasensya nyo yung drawing, no? So, we have here, this is 10 ohms. This is 1 Henry. And this is 1 over 1900 farads. Okay, so sabi, now if the initial current and the initial charge on the capacitor are both zero, so meaning the initial is equal to zero and for the current and for the charge it is also zero. Find the charge and the current on or and across the capacitor at any given time t. So we're just asked to find for the particular solution, no? So ano yung particular solution ng differential equation na involved dito sa ating system. Okay, so let us model, no? So we have ano ang gagamitin natin dito? So parehas, no? But we can first compute for Q, no? Mas madali kasi i-relate si Q, no? So we have here for lagay ko dito for Q. So we have d squared Q over dt squared. Okay? Plus R over L dq over dt plus 1 over LC Q is equivalent to E over L. Okay, so ano yung mga values natin? No, so we have for E, rather for R, this is equivalent to 10 ohms. So for L, this is equivalent to 1. For C, this is equivalent to 1 over 1900. And for E, this is equivalent to 150. No, so kahit wala na pala yung V. No, so substituting lahat, so we have D squared Q or Q double prime. No, yun na lang yung gagamitin natin. So we have here Q double prime plus that is 10 over 1 Q prime plus 1 over 1 times 1 over 1900. Okay? Q is equivalent to 150 over 1. Okay? So yan lang yung ating differential equation. So simplifying, so we have Q double prime plus 10Q prime, kasi diba 10 over 1 is 10. Then plus, what is 1 over 1 over 1900? So diba, if we have this form of complex fraction, now we can get the derivative, we can get the reciprocal of the denominator, then multiply it to the numerator. What is the reciprocal of 1 over 1900? Diba, that's 1900 times 1, that is 1900Q. No, so ganon ha. So we have 1900Q. Saan nanggaling nga ulit? So ito ha, review natin. So if we have A over B all over C, 'di ba? Or all over D, no? Para ganyan yung ating fraction. So this is equivalent to A over B times D over C. No? So kukunin mo lang yung reciprocal ng denominator, then multiply mo sa numerator. Okay? So doon nanggaling yung 1900 natin. So burahin ko na to ha. Ayan. So, this is equivalent to 150. So, what type of differential equation do we have here? This is a non-homogeneous differential equation, no? So, for the non-homogeneous, no? So, for Q, the solution for Q, we have Q sub C, that is the complementary, yun yung homogeneous solution natin, plus the QP, yung particular solution natin for rather the primary solution natin, no? Since homogeneous yung pinag-uusapan natin dito. So let's solve first for Q sub C. So for Q sub C, gawin natin dito. So we have here Q double prime plus 10Q prime plus 1900Q is equivalent to 0. So let's get the characteristic equation of this. No? So Q double prime, that's equivalent to R squared, plus 10. The Q prime is equal to R. Then we have plus 1900. This is equivalent to 1. Diba yung Q natin dito is 1 na lang. Is equal to 0. So let's first get the value of the discriminant para malaman natin kung ano bang form yung gagamitin. Ay, kung anong case ba yung gagamitin natin. So we have B squared minus 4AC. Diba? This is equivalent to we have 10 squared minus 4 times 1900. So obviously this is case 3 kasi malaki na masyado yung 4 times 1900 sa 10 squared, which is equivalent to 100. So let's bring out our calculator. Okay, for a while. Labas lang natin yung ating calcu, no? Yan. So, we have here 10 squared minus 4 times 1900. So, this is equivalent to negative 700, 7,500. No? So, we have negative 7,500. Okay, so we have negative 7,500, which is way less than 0. Okay, so hence this is case 3. So we have imaginary roots, no? So by the way, baba ko lang yung calcu, no? Yan. So let's get the roots, no? So we have here r. So we have here r is equivalent to negative b plus minus square root ng b squared minus 4ac. Okay? All over 2a. Okay, yan yung formula natin, di ba? For the quadratic formula. So what's our b? So that is 10. No? So we have negative 10 plus minus square root ng, ito na, yung ating discriminant, that is negative 7,500. Okay, all over 2. Kasi 'di ba a natin dito is 1. 'Di ba? Meron tayong 1 diyan. Okay? So we have here negative 10 divided by 2 is negative 5. So plus minus square root ng 7,500 over 2 i. Okay, nilabas ko na lang yung i, ha? So, kapag inalis niyo yung negative sa loob ng radical sign, automatic maglalagay kayo ng i. Kasi remember guys, again, i is equivalent to square root of negative 1. Okay? So, what is the square root of 7,500? No? So, like, i-calculate natin. So, we have square root of 7,500. This is equivalent to 50 square root of 3. No, so divided by 2, so we have 25 square root of 3. So therefore, r is equivalent to negative 5 plus minus 25 square root of 3i. This is our r. Okay? So since we have here our alpha, this is our alpha. Excuse me. This is our beta. So hence the complementary solution for Q sub C, no, is equivalent to, so we have here Q sub C is equivalent to e raised to alpha x times C1 cosine beta x plus C2 sine beta x. Okay? So, substitute lang natin. So, we have Q sub C is equivalent to e, what's our alpha x? That's negative 5, no? So, negative 5x times C1 cosine 25 square root of 3x. That's our beta. Plus C2, or dito ko na lang malagay sa baba, plus C2 sine 25 square root of 3x. Okay, ito ngayon yung ating Q sub C. Okay, ano yung kailangan natin na isa pa? Yung Q sub P. Okay, so for Q sub P, lagay natin dito. So for Q sub P, okay, so we have here, ano nga yung ating differential equation? So we have, saan ako? Ito. No, so we have Q double prime plus 10Q prime plus 1900Q is equal to 150. So we have Q double prime plus 10Q prime plus 1900Q is equivalent to 150. Okay? So, how are we going to proceed from this? No, so gagamit tayo ng undetermined coefficients, no? Para mas mabilis. So, what we're going to do is, since this is a polynomial, remember, kapag wala kayong nakikitang variable, automatic meron dyan nakatago na x raised to 0. Okay? So hence, yun yung gagamitin natin for the undetermined coefficient. Now, so we have here our y sub p is equivalent, or q sub p, no? Palitan natin. Q is equivalent to a x raised to 0, or simply a. Diba? So we have here q prime. Since this is a constant, no? So this is equivalent to 1. So since a is a constant, the derivative of a constant is 0. And again, the derivative of another constant is still 0. So substituting, no, lahat ito dun sa ating differential equation, so we will have 0 plus 10 times 0 plus 1900a is equivalent to 150. So let's now just solve, no? So this will just be equal to 0. So wala tayong magiging issue dyan. Wala tayong magiging issue dito sa part na to. Okay, so we have 1900a is equal to 150. So we have here 1900a is equivalent to 150. So dividing both sides by 1900 para makuha natin yung value ni a. So therefore, a is equivalent to, what is 150 over 1900? That is 3 over 38. No? So we have here a is equal to 3 over 38. Ang common sa kanila is 50, no? So ayan. This is the value of a. So we can now substitute a to our here, no? Dito sa ating a, no? So we have here q. Ayan. So we have here q. Sorry. Q is equal to 3 over 38. Okay? So, excuse me. So, this is Q sub P, no, actually. Wait lang. Ayusin natin. So, we have Q sub P. So, ito na ngayon yung i-add natin kay Q sub C to get our general solution. No? So, for the general solution, no? So, for Q, so we have Q, again, Q is equal to Q sub C plus Q sub P. Okay, so substituting the values of Q sub C and Q sub P, Q is equivalent to e raised to negative 5x times C1 cosine ng 25 square root of 3x plus C sub 2 sine ng 25 square root of 3x plus 3 over 38. Now, so this is the general solution. Now, lagay natin dito, general solution. But this is not the answer that we are looking for, diba? Ano hinahanap natin? Yung particular solution. Now, let's try to solve. Now, since we have already Q in here, no, so Q na to, so what we can do is, di ba meron tayong initial condition, no? So sabi for the initial condition at Q when time is 0, Q is also equal to 0. So we can substitute 0 to this general solution, no? So we have here 0 is equivalent to e raised to negative 5 times 0, which is equivalent to 1. Later, ayusin natin yung colorings natin. Times C1 cosine 25 square root ng 3 times 0. That's x. Sorry, not x, but rather t. No? Palitan natin to. T. Time pala yung pinag-uusapan natin. Ayan. So, dito din. So, this is T. T. Ayan. So, let's check dun sa taas. Ito pa pala. Let's check. Ayan, wala naman. No, so we have here, asan ako? Plus C sub 2 sine, layo ng sine, sine ng 25 square root of 3 times 0 plus 3 over 38. No, so we have here e raised to negative 5 times 0, which is equivalent again to 1. Okay, just equivalent to 1. We have here, this is equivalent to 0. Diba? So what is cosine 0? What is cosine 0? Diba that is 1? No, so let's double check. You bring out your calculators again. That cosine 0 is equivalent to 1. Yes. No, so therefore, no, itong buong to, yung cosine natin na makikita dito is just 1. Ayan. So, si sine 0 naman, this is equivalent to 0 pa rin. Then we have sine 0 is equivalent to 0. Okay? So, this is equivalent to 0. Since sine 0 is equivalent to 0. Okay, so, rewriting the equation, so we have here 0 is equivalent to 1 times C1 times 1 plus C2 times 0 plus 3 over 38. So, let's transpose 3 over 38 sa kabila. So, we have negative 3 over 38 is equivalent to C1 plus 0. So, therefore, C1 is equivalent to negative 3 over 38. Okay, so we have here Q. Substituting back, no? Q is equal to e raised to negative 5t multiplied to negative 3 over 38. This is now our C1. Ayan. Okay, so we have cosine 25 square root of 3t. Okay, plus C2 sine 25 square root of 3t. Okay, so we have here, napalitan na yung C1 natin, so kailangan na lang natin is C2. Ano yung isa pang initial condition na meron tayo? Di ba we still have I of 0 is equivalent to 0? Di ba? So when time is 0, current is also equivalent to 0. Tama? So, alam natin na yung I is equivalent to dq over dt. Diba? So what we can do is let's get the derivative of this whole function para makuha natin yung dq over dt. So we have d over dt. So we have I is now equivalent to, para hindi na tayo uulit ng solution, mas madali na lang na ganito. No, so, sorry, I forgot to include the plus 3 over 38 in here. Plus 3 over 38. Ayan, d over dt. So now we have here, anong gagamitin natin dito? Quotient rule. No? So ano yung first function natin? We have here our e raised to negative 5t, yan yung una. Then ito yung u natin, 'di ba? Sa quotient rule. Then this whole function, ito ngayon yung ating v, 'di ba? So quotient rule, ano ang derivative ng quotient rule natin? So this will be equivalent to, is equivalent to uv prime plus vu prime or udv plus vdu. Diba? So we have here u, this is equivalent to e raised to negative 5t multiplied to v prime. No? So let's just get the derivative of each terms. No? So the derivative of cosine 25 square root of 3t is equivalent to, copy nyo lang yung constant natin dito, multiplied to 25 square root of 3. Saan nanggaling yon? Dito sa internal function ng ating cosine. Kasi remember, this can be represented as, let's say, r. Diba? So, if we have cosine r, tapos kinuha natin derivative, this will be equivalent to negative sine r dr. So, dr is the derivative of r. The derivative of 25 square root of 3, square root of 3t in respect to t is just square root of is just 25 square root of 3. No? Yun lang yung DR natin dito. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng 25 square root of 3 dito sa unahan. Okay? So, multiplied to negative sine 25 square root of 3t still. Diba? Then we have plus VU prime. Sorry, not VU prime. Ito pa pala, C2 sine 25 square root of 3t. So we have C2 times 25 square root of 3 cosine ng 25 square root of 3t. Okay? So this is our V prime. Yung buong sinulat natin na yan. What is our VU prime? No? So we have plus. So what is our V? Ito, sulat nyo lang ulit tong buong to. So, we have negative 3 over 38. Cosine 25 square root of 3t plus C2 sine 25 square root of 3t. Okay, this is our V. What is the derivative? What is the derivative of 5e raised to negative t? Diba? That is equivalent to negative 5. Okay, multiplied to negative 5 e raised to negative 5t. Okay, yan yung ating complete derivative to get the value of I. Okay, so okay, let us now substitute, no? So, kahit hindi nyo na muna i-distribute kasi later makikita nyo na may mga makakancel pa tayo. Gamitin muna natin tong ating initial condition. So, we have 0 is equivalent to lahat ng t, papalitan nyo lang ng 0. So, we have e raised to negative 5 times 0. Negative 3 over 38 times 25 square root of 3 times negative sine 25 square root of 3t or 3 times 0. Ayan, this is our t. Okay, plus C2 25 square root of 3 cosine 25 square root of 3 times 0. Diba? So, asa na ako sa groupings ko? Ayan. Okay, so next, we have plus negative 3 over 38. Sorry, quantity. So, this is cosine 25 square root of 3t plus, or sorry, times 0. Yung t, papalitan na natin ng 0 nga. Okay, plus C2 sine 25 square root of 3 times 0 multiplied to negative 5e raised to negative 5 times 0. Okay, so yan na yung mga na-substitute natin na initial condition. So let's check ano yung mga pwede nating i-cancel. Baka mamaya meron naman palang pwedeng i-cancel. Now, so we have here this will just be equivalent to 1. Okay, also with this one will just be equivalent to 1. So we have here negative 5 times 1, that's equivalent to negative 5. Okay, so negative sign of 0 kasi 'di ba this is equivalent to 0. So we have here sine 0 is just 0. So meaning itong buong to is just equivalent to 0. Nakakasunod ba? Nakakasunod ba? No, so again, ano? So since 25 square root of 3 times 0 is equivalent to 0 and sine 0 is equivalent to 0, therefore this whole term, itong buong term na to, is just equivalent to 0. Okay? Next. So we have here cosine 25 square root of 3 times 0, that is equivalent to cosine 0, which is equivalent to 1. Diba? Ang cosine 0 natin is equivalent to 1. So, you cannot cross out 25 square root of 3, ha? Dito kasi kaya natin kinross out kasama pati yung constant kasi any number multiplied to 0 is just equal to 0. Okay? So, next. Again, cosine 0, this is equivalent to 1. So, sine 0, this is equivalent to 0. So, itong buong to is equivalent to 0. So, rewriting our equation, we have 0 is equivalent to 1 times 0 plus 25 square root of 3 times C2. Okay? Plus, this is 0 plus 0 is 0. Tama ba ako? 0 plus 0 is 0. So, we have... sorry, not 0. 1 pala. No, so, we have here negative 3 over 38. Ayan, bago ko makalimutan. So, multiplied to 1. Plus 0, yun yung C2 sine of 0. Okay? This is equivalent to times negative 5 pala. Sorry. Okay? So, again, further simplifying. We have... Right ko lang yung nasulat ko kanina. Saan ako? So, I can actually remove this. No. Ayan na lang siya. So, since 1 lang naman to, pwede ko na rin tanggalin yan. Okay, so therefore, we have this simplified formula. Teka, ayusin natin. Yun. Okay, so we have here this. No? So now this will be canceled. Diba? Yung dalawang negative natin. Tapos lipat natin sa kabila. So therefore, we have, by the way, this one is equivalent to 15 over 38. Okay, so 3 times 5 is 15 over 38. Okay, so we have here C2. We have 25 square root of 3C2 is equivalent to negative 15 over 38. Sir, paano nangyari yon? Nilipat ko si 15 over 38 sa kabila, tinranspose ko, so magiging negative siya. Then by reflexive property of equality, pinagbaliktad ko sila ng posisyon sa equal sign. Okay, so divide both sides by 25 square root of 3. So we have 1 over 25 square root of 3. So this will be cancelled. Ito naman, simplified to 3. This is simplified to 5. Okay, so multiply ako ng square root of 3 over square root of 3. So cancel, cancel, cancel. Just to simplify. Diba? So we have 38 times 5. That is equivalent to 380 divided by 2. That is 190. No, so we have square root of 3 over 190. That's the value of C2. No, so this is the value of C2. So ito na ngayon yung ipaplug natin pabalik dun sa ating nakuha na general solution kanina na mayroon ng C1. Ano yun? Ito yun. Ito. Ayan, itong buong to. Okay, so we have Q. Therefore, we have our final answer. So we have, dito ko nalalagay, Q is equivalent to E raised to negative 5t. Okay, multiply to, what's our C1? Diba, we have negative 3 over 38. Ano yung kadugtong? So we have cosine 25 square root of 3t. Then we have plus square root of 3 over 190. Sine 25 square root of 3t. Okay, plus 3 over 38. This is now the value of the current. Okay, the value of the current at any given time. Okay, so paano naman si value of charge at any given time? Paano naman si current? No, so kasi remember sa problem natin, find the charge and the current. Okay na tayo sa charge. No, okay na tayo sa charge. Paano naman si current? So, you can just, sabi ko nga, you can just get the derivative of this one. No? So, meron na tayo nakuha actually. Ito. Ayan. So, we're just going to simplify this one. No? So, we have, kopyahin ko. So, we have I is equivalent to, we have, kopyahin ko na, no? Buo. Wait lang. Ayan. So, copy natin. Yun. So this is the value of I. Now, we're just going to change the value of C2 ng square root of 3 over 190. Okay, so ano ba yung mga C2 natin? Ito. Tsaka to. So we have square root of 3 over 190 as well as with this one. Square root of 3 over 190. Okay, so how are we going to simplify this? So we have I is equivalent to e raised to negative 5t. Okay, so this is common on all the terms. No, so we have here ito tsaka ito, so we can factor them out. Okay, so we have negative 3 times 25 square root of 3, that is positive na kasi we have here signs, no, negative signs. So therefore, magka-cancel lang sila. So we have 75 square root of 3 over 38. Okay, sine 25 square root of 3t. Okay, plus, okay, so we also have this one. So square root of 3 times square root of 3, mawawala lang yung square root natin. Of course, mawawala yung isang 3. 3 times 25, that is 75 over 190. Yan, over 190. Okay, cosine 25 square root of 3t. Okay? Sorry. Then plus, we're going to distribute, nandito na tayo sa second term, didistribute natin ngayon to negative 5 on both terms. Okay, so we have negative 3 times negative 5, that is positive 15 over 38. We have cosine 25 square root of 3t plus, or rather minus, kasi we have positive times negative, that is negative. So we have 5 square root of 3 over 190. Saan ako? Sine 25 square root of 3t. Okay, so this is the simplified. But we can combine, no? Bakit? Remember, ito at saka ito, pwede natin pagsamahin yung kanilang numerical coefficient as well as with this one. Diba? Ayan, itong dalawang to. So, we have, so, yeah, medyo mahaba na talaga yung ating solution. So, we have I is equivalent to e raised to negative 5t. Okay, multiplied to, unahin natin yung sign. So, we have 75 square root of 3 over 38. So, 75 square root of 3 over 38. Minus, that is, asan ako? That is 5 square root of 3 over 190. Okay, so, sorry. This is sine 25 square root of 3t. Okay, then we have plus. Okay, so ano yung susunod natin dito? Yung cosine naman. No? So we have 75 over 190 plus 38 over 15 over 38, sorry. So we have plus 15 over 38. Cosine 25 square root of 3t. Okay? So, sorry. The grouping is here, then here. So, combine natin to. No, so, remember, 38 and 190, ang kanilang LCD is 190. Ano yung kailangan ni 38 para maging 190? That is times 5. No, so, we're going to multiply 75 with 5. No, so, we have I is equal to e raised to negative 5t. So, we have, sige, mamaya na natin sulat yung buo. Focus muna tayo dito sa ating fraction. No, so we have 75 times 5, that is 375. So we have 375 square root of 3 minus 5 square root of 3 over 190. Okay, so this is equivalent to 370 square root of 3 over 190 So, common si 10. So, we can just cancel out yung mga 10 multiples. So, therefore, we have 37 square root of 3 over 19. No? So, ayan. So, ito yung ating numerical coefficient ni sine. Paano naman si cosine? So, we have 75 times 5, that is 375. Sorry. No. 75 over 190 plus 15 times 5, that is equivalent to 75 as well, over 190. Diba? So, therefore, we have 150 over 190. So, again, multiples of 10. So, therefore, it can be reduced to 15 over 19. Okay, so therefore, the value of the current at any given time is given by e raised to negative 5t. Okay, multiplied by 37 square root of 3 over 19. Okay, over 19 sine 25 square root of 3t. Okay, plus 15 over 19 cosine 25 square root of 3t. Ayan. This is the value of our I at any given time t. Ayan. Okay? So, yun, no? So, that's one example. So, next lesson, or rather next video, we will show example number 2 naman. No? So, stay tuned. Thank you and God bless.